Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Talks with the Lady. I am your host, Lashana Lady Brown. All right, I am the most clearly stated, underrated, God created, yet motivated host of the year, honey. And tonight we are having date night. We are having date night. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add my co host to the stage. All right. So everyone, let's go ahead and welcome Mr. Ray Barlow, the pretty problem.
Pretty problem, man. The one and only. Ultimate.
Yes.
Duplicated,
Hey.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yes, most definitely. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
What is up? What is up, Ray? What's going on? What's going on?
Ain't too much. Ain't too much. Since the last time, it's just been a couple of days. You ain't gonna ask me about my hair?
Listen, I'm about to get there. I just got to figure out what's going on. Listen, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, what's going on? I like it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I really do like it.
yeah.
So
Look,
what's going on?
you ain't gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe it, but I promise you. I was in the West End in Atlanta. I was in the West End. Anybody know the West End? You can find anything there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right?
a guy, he said something about it make your hair grow. He was like, man, you a couple drops of this. He said it was some black seed oil or something. Man, I dropped that thing in there and went crazy, man. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What? Okay. You know,
West End make magic happen, man.
yes. Listen, you know what I'm saying? You got your little Papa Chulo looking thing
You
going on. It
feel me?
looks nice now.
Hey, look, I always wanted to have hair, but I always never did it. I always wanted to dread, and I always want to have hair, but my whole forehead is so big, in my opinion, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I just stuck to the ways, you feel me? But
Most
nah, I really
definitely.
just found this shit around the way. I found it, so I just threw it on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, oh Lord, you got it.
Yeah. I throw it off and I got something else on my head.
Oh my
You'll think,
goodness.
look, you'll think I got a bad haircut or something, but nah, I seen this and I just felt like this was the look for the day. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we might can interchange a little bit,
You
switch it
feel me?
up depending on what type of vibe we get here tonight. So you already know what time it is, Ray. We got something that we want to share with the people. It is date night. So we want to give some advice to some of the our audience out here, some of the
Okay.
public. We want to let them know. So tell
Okay.
me, come on, let's get this thing popping.
Let's do
What
it. Let's
is
do
it
it.
that for a typical date, and maybe we can get ready to add some people on here in a little bit, but
Tell me
a
about it.
typical date, what does a typical date look like for you?
Typical date. Okay, we're gonna say so. I'm a deep individual. We talking about typical date. Already been dated, already in the relations and knowing of each other, or we
Okay.
speaking of just meeting first date, trying to break the ice, getting to know each other situation. What
Mm-hmm.
we doing? Or we on some rekindling the flame type situation, and somebody messed up in the process, and we trying to
Mm-hmm.
reprocess. So what we doing? It's
Okay.
different. It's different. So like, what we doing?
So let me ask you this. So you do believe in rekindling the flame? If there's something now, let me ask you something now. I'm just saying, if you had like
You just
somebody, if it was somebody, from your past or whatever, I don't know, like me, I'm a person, I just believe, like leave it where it is. But sometimes you do get that feeling like, okay, I want to know,
yeah,
what it would be like.
yeah. I like how you just changed it though, because first the question was about the date itself. Now we on what do I believe in as far as rekindling. I like how you changed that, but I'm still remember that question though. But we can go back to this one too though. I'm
Yes.
everywhere. I'm with it. I'm with it. As far as rekindling flame, when it comes to me, man, me personally, it rarely happens seriously, honestly. Like maybe I give, depending on the whatever the reason was for departure.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't that they like a closed deal type situation, like somebody come back around, say they back reinterested. Cause me, I'm the type when it's over, all I'm used to is it being over, and I'm still moving forward because I'm going wherever I'm going in life. So,
Okay.
um, But you know, it's been times when some want to rekindle something. I give it a shot. I
Okay.
give it a shot,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what's my situation as far as dealings with my significant with the significant others possibly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a big factor. But for the most part, man, it's me. I'm a Capricorn, and I don't know about any other Capricorn. I just threw that part out there if anybody want to know. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's like once we ran that path, ain't no going back that path. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right. Right.
whatever I experienced in that, whatever I learned from that, because all of it is an experience, and I never hold any grudges with nobody. Real deal talk, like it's all love. It's all love, and but at the same time, like I told a woman one time before, I said I love you, but I love myself way much more. You dig what I'm saying? So
Right.
so for me, I mean, it's possible. I feel like it's possible for other people. But as for me, that haven't been the case with me seriously. Like maybe once, and I was young, and it was just the attraction to the sexual energy more than anything. You feel me? And I was still doing my own thing, so it really don't count. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel. How
Now,
about you?
okay.
How
Look,
about you?
okay,
Oh,
so this my thing. I always just stuck with the notion like, okay, once I'm done, I'm done. I ain't going back. I don't hit reverse. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I like to just keep going. But it's also I think that can be reconsidered, like it just depends on how they treat it. Like you were saying, like how did we end? Or if
Right.
I go back, sometimes I might think about, well, dang, I missed this or I missed that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And then I might try to, maybe, that's another thing. See, my pride will allow me to like reach out to anybody and be
Oh.
like, I don't know what it
Mm.
is. So what do you think about that? Because like, I'm gonna need your help with this one because
I
I have
mean,
a pride issue. And I just think that like for a woman reaching back out, like, okay, I miss you, just letting you know, such and such, maybe we can get together and we can talk sometime. Like, maybe I just think that that's not feminine. Like, a woman shouldn't do that. But what is your say on it?
I understand that part about uh it's not being the normal feminine, but as we both know, we in a different time. It's a different time. Women have become more aggressive than ever. Not even for a bad reason. Just of evolution, really. You know what I mean? Of the
Right.
way the times is coming. So I mean, that part alone to me, I see nothing wrong with a woman, admitting that she still has or an interest, or even if it was her fault, or admitting her mistakes. That's rare. I have yet to come. My mama rarely admits her mistakes. I love her to death. I love her to
Yes.
death. She's a Gemini, so I can deal with any woman I really want for real, because she's all of them,
Right.
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Then what you said about the pride thing, and the pride, you know, as you said it, as you told me, that's an issue. So that's a
Yes.
problem. You said it's an issue. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
It
So
is.
you know it's an issue. So that pride could hinder something possible for any person's life that is could be met for them in the fate of making the right decisions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's big. It's about, if you really love,
Mhm.
real love is fixing ourselves. Real
Right.
love is becoming the best person we could be for that person or those people in our lives that we want to share love with, to
Right.
those extents. You feel what I'm saying? So if a person says they already got this as an issue, more than anything, for the greater love, first in self, for self love, so self will not miss out on any grateful possible opportunity. They gotta fix that. They gotta fix that.
But I'm gonna tell you though, I think what it is, Ray, I think is the rejection part of it. Because that will make me feel even so much worse. Like, Oh Lord, okay. I express, I'm just expressing my genuine heart. I mean, I'm putting it all out there. I'm showing genuine, intimacy. Like mentally, I'm just pouring out to you, and then you get the rejection. Like that to me is worser than going back and just I feel like I should just like kind of move forward. I'm still got this notion in my mind like, okay, I ain't going back. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you, so on and so forth, and I still stick to that. But it's like this one person that I don't know. I talk to him from time to time or whatever, but
Okay.
I I don't I don't know. It's just I don't know how to. I feel like he's not really on my level, but really, intimately, it's like when I say intimately, I'm talking about like mindset wise, and you know what I'm saying. Like I get that, but then it's like when I get ticked off or he say something or do something or whatever, then I'm just like, oh, I just don't really want to deal with that. And it's just like a reminder of why I left you alone. But then again, he'll pop right back up like 3 months later, and I'm just really confused. I don't really know, but from a man's perspective,
I
um,
mean, one thing that I've been coming to understand about love, unconditional love, not even just love, but unconditional love, from what I've experienced watching, or from what I observed in my experience of watching married people been married forever,
mm-hmm.
you know, like you said, y'all got those intimate times, you got the intimate moments. You feel what I'm saying? What's up?
Yes.
You got those intimate times, got those intimate moments, but then it's something that just irk you. So from
Mm-hmm.
that point right there, this is where the real key love factor come in. Cause from what I seen with the other with married people, they may have them time. They just detest their significant other. They can't stand them. They in one room, the other one in the other room. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But it's something in the back of their mind, or they just sit there think for a minute, like, well, I love this lady. You feel what I'm saying? Or I
Right.
love this man. You know what I mean? Like everything that I've been through, or just thinking about all the intimate moments. You feel me? So like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I feel like to come into play when it's about love, because it's not gonna always be a happy moment. It's about the love is really about who you really feel you can deal with at their worst and love them like they still at their best and feel like y'all loving at each other, loving with each other at their best. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I ain't
Okay.
married, so
Right.
it's all I'm still learning as I go too. You dig what I'm saying? So, but
But
I'm a big observer.
but do you believe that love should surpass all of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless somebody done got out there and murdered somebody and did something heinous, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you're with a person and okay, they got I don't know, a bad attitude or something. Like, if you really, my thing is, if you truly love that person, like if you care about them, I can see myself with this person, so on and so forth. They might got this here wrong, that they're wrong, they got bad attitude, or you know what I'm saying, they might get up too early or they snore at night. I mean, these so many different things that we can pick out, but it does love surpass all of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your breaking point?
That's the thing. Unconditional love and conditional love are two different things. I mean, unconditional love, that's a godly thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the things going on in life, right, in the world, really always been, it's the battle of good and evil. So we're going to push that to the side right now. But so for conditional, it's all conditional, honestly. I mean, when we meet a person, it's under conditions.
Mm-hmm.
We like a person, we attracted to a person under the conditions of what they got on, how they smell, what their teeth look like, how
Mm-hmm.
tall he is, how short he is, what they built like. So it started off as a conditional thing, but in the midst of it, some type of way, that the power of unconditional love surpassed that, but also being mindful of the conditions, like this person should be working on themselves as me still working on myself for the true love of myself more than anybody else, because I know if I put this most in myself, I can be the best person to everybody I love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whether it's relations or just relationships or just
Mhm.
any other relation as far as family or friendship. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. Personal development is the true love, not for self and for the love of those possible that can be. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
In my
Okay.
opinion, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, not okay. The dog. Come on now. I need your
The
input on it.
dog.
Coming from a woman's perspective. Coming from a woman's perspective. Like,
What's up?
do you believe now? Do you believe?
Hi.
Okay, we're talking about dating. We're talking about dating here now. You're dating somebody, and it might be somebody that's new. It might be somebody from your past. But where's the baseline? Where do you start it? You know, and we ain't talking about no hello, no phone conversation. I'm talking about where do you begin? Like, I mean, I know it starts with all of that. Don't get me wrong, but a typical date night for you, like what would you, what do you think, and if you would go on a date, would it be with somebody from, I mean, I know it's circumstances different now, so let me just throw that, but I'm just saying, in the event or a worst case scenario, or you were dating, what I mean, what, because I need some help, y'all need to help, because lady looking for love too, and I need some advice.
Sure, first thing, don't look for it attractive.
Attractive. And I'm gonna
Don't
get back
look.
with you. I'm gonna get back with you too
Yeah.
on that time, Ray, because now see, a man can be able to, and we good like that. All us we right. We like family.
Right,
Okay, so
right.
I'm gonna get back with Ray on that, but I just want to know from a woman's perspective, what do you think?
You said typical date night?
A typical date night. What should I do? What should it encompass? Like my date
Well,
night.
it depends.
Huh?
It very much depends. Because I've had all sorts of date nights. I had like chill date nights where we can just go like to a sports bar somewhere and hang out, or we can even go somewhere fancy, get dressed up and hang out. So it just depends on the mood and the vibe that you have with that person. I can't say every date night with everybody is going to be the same.
Let me ask you, what about a date night to McDonald's?
I mean, I've had a date night. I'm gonna tell you with my husband. You know where our first date was? At
Yeah,
Well,
Tropical
well,
Smoothie Cafe.
I don't know
okay.
what that is. It sounds fancy though. Shit.
No, it's a smoothie
No,
shop.
It sounds
please.
nice.
It's a smoothie
Shit.
shop.
Yeah.
And
That,
that's where
that,
I wanted to go. That's where I wanted to go because that's when I was on my little healthy journey and stuff like that. I was like, let's go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Right, right,
okay. All
right.
right. So, and see, like me, and that could be the problem. Maybe it's just me because somewhere like that is not a date for me. You
So
know,
what's your sign? I just gotta ask. What is your sign, man?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay, that says it all. Okay. You like fine.
But that's
You
what
like
I
nice
wanted to
compatible things.
do.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do. Yes,
And
we do
yeah,
get dressed up and go. And my date might be at a VVS. I love VVS, so I might
And
want to
what's your
be
sign?
like
And
a
what's your sign,
Cancer.
Tequila?
A Cancer.
Council. Okay, okay. Talk to you nice for sure, for sure.
see, a woman Aquarius, we got. You know, what I'm saying, I'm just gonna put it out there. We ain't
Big
got
ego.
problems. We very
Big ego.
direct in what we want. You know what I'm saying?
Big
We
egos. Y'all
Yes,
got
very
big
big
egos.
ego. So it's like, okay, McDonald's. What? Oh, you tried me. Take me home. You know what I'm saying? I seen a video where this girl had went to like Cheesecake Factory, and I'm like, okay, that's the perfect date for me though. Like a first date. Like I would love Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying? They got some nice little delicacies. You know what I'm saying? I would like to try. But I'm just saying, McDonald's ain't nothing on there. You know what I'm saying? I know I can have it my way, but can I have it my way here? I'm just saying, I just don't see that as a typical date for me. But okay, the smoothie cafe, it would be okay, but it's just not for me. For me, that's more of let's go get a drink. I'm gonna buy you something and we go home. That's more of a date. I mean, I guess just like a meetup, I guess, but definitely not a date. Mm-mm.
You know, You know, a lot of things. You can find love in the most unexpected places, but you just got to
Yeah,
be open. You got to be open. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be open and not
make
as
it a glass,
much
make it a glass.
stick to standardized things that seems to be how it's supposed to be or how it have to be when it really don't have to be that way. Like who told you that? Like who told us how things supposed to be? You dig what I'm saying? Like I
So,
understood that you like the thing that you like because that's how we've been conditioned to be. You feel
right.
me? We all like what we like from things that we've been introduced to. You dig what I'm saying? But yet at the same time, like you said, you still searching for it, right? So with that, still more so searching for the love, search more so within self or breaking boundaries within self for real. That's really what it's
See,
about.
that is what I'm talking about. So that's what I need help in because
That's personal development. You dig what I'm
that's
saying?
right. I feel like I'm great in most areas. I think as far as intellectually and the thinking of the thought process, but I'm a very also like a romantic person. I'm very touchy. I gotta be, you know, I gotta feel. I'm more of a kinesthetic. You know, I have to have that hands on. I have to be busy. Like, you know, a movie is not a date for me. I'm gonna go to sleep. You know, I have to be active. I have to go. I don't know, like golfing or something. I know you was talking about the other night all these the skydiving thing, like stuff like that. See, that's a no for me because that would just, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying because that's
Yeah.
too much for me. It's like I got to be right, bam,
But
right there
that's
in the.
Froze.
if you're trying to find love, you got to learn that person as well. You got to see like the type. It's not all about you what you like. You got to see what they like as well. And sometimes you have to make that sacrifice and
I
Right.
got
get out
a
of your element.
I got a good book for you. Do you like to read? You said
I
you're
will.
intellectual.
I read. Mm-hmm.
Um, Great book. One is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bestseller, New York Times bestseller. And the other one, Ego is the Enemy.
Ego is the enemy.
Ego is the enemy.
That might be why I'm still single. I ain't even gonna tell you because that might be because and I be praying, I be like, Lord, please, you know, because and that's another thing too, because like when it was talking about like when I prayed, I be like, Lord, I don't want when you send me a husband, I don't want him to have no size 12 shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like I be so specific. It's like God really got to mold this person. And I'm like, Lord, whenever you do send them, God, can you please come sit beside my bed and let me know that this the one? I need you to speak very clearly. You know what I'm saying? When you speak clearly, I know it's you, Lord. You know, it's like stuff like that so I know that the biggest problem is me. And I expect so much up front. Um, I
Let's
don't
not say let's not say you're a problem. Let's stop. Let's not
okay.
get put that on ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
How we speak about ourselves and how we speak to ourselves is very important as well. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm a little bit in the psychology type thing. You dig what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, so let's just start there. We don't want to down ourselves. We could do better in places, or we could be working on things. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like more than anything, in my opinion, for me,
Mhm.
and it's been working. Like every level, haven't had too much teacher came from a single parent household, but I know how to treat a woman. You feel me? And
Mhm.
working on always making that the best I can be
Mhm.
as I treat them. But more than anything, it's about for me looking in myself. That's why I say I don't chase, never chase. Even when I wanted to, I like, man, that ain't me. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna just work on me, and then the best things gonna come to me. You feel me? Because it's like they call it like a madness situation, but it's more so as once we change the way we think, or once we look inside ourselves, change things inside ourselves. That means we gotta change our mind. So we
Mhm.
changing our mind, we reconditioning our mind. That means we recondition our whole perception. So our perception is how we see things. So now we reconditioning literally how we see the world. Like we might see it in black and white at first, but then as we start working on ourselves, we start getting the color. We start finding colors in ourselves. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? And to the point
Mhm.
where now we see the colors in the world. It all starts with within. Like what Lauren Hill say, how you gonna win if you ain't right within? You feel me? Like that's just how it go. We
I'll
gotta
sip to
be,
that.
we gotta work on ourselves more than anything else in this world. Regardless of what society try to push off on us, what our parents may try to push off on us, what the conditions of our environment try to push off on us. We got to be mindful to work on ourselves, not just from what everybody doing, what everybody like, what's going on in the world, what we want for us and how we want our world to be. You feel what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. That's my philosophy of life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And love and everything else that falls up under life. You know what I'm saying? Working on myself.
Okay, so I think I receive that. I receive it. So I think like I feel like I have the part with loving myself and because I've taken like a couple of years to just really focus on me, focus on the things that I feel like I wanted to do, my accomplishments, and focus on where I wanted to be. I set goals for myself, so on and so forth. But I just feel like is that one part that is missing that I want to be fulfilled. I'm not rushing it. Don't get me wrong, because I had to take time to heal first
Most
because
definitely.
I didn't want to hurt anyone else in my healing process or when I knowing that I wasn't healed. So I feel like I've done that, but I feel like okay, like God, okay, now I'm ready. So it's just something that I'm missing. It's something that I think it's just I'm a little bit too picky. And it's like Tequila was saying, maybe I just need to come outside of my comfort zone a little bit
Mhm.
because I'm my thing is I want okay, it's gotta be dark skin, they gotta be dark skin, they gotta be at least 220 pounds. You know, I mean, I just got all of these different, and I'm sitting up here, God, okay, his shoe can't be, you know, as I was stating before, but maybe I just need to loosen up just a little bit. From a man's perspective, what do you think?
Oh, shoot, man. Like I caught some when you said you spent some years working on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But have
Working
you
on
ever
us
dated yourself?
working on ourselves never ends.
Gets, but it was a start for me because I spent so many years focused on other people and making sure that everybody else was happy, but I wasn't happy. You get what I'm saying? Like I was happy, you know, at the moment, just like being overall generally happy, but I wasn't happy with myself. You know, but I was making sure that everybody else was okay because if they were okay, then that gave me the little bit of uh the smile on my face. It gave me a little bit of contentment. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Tequila just mentioned, dating yourself.
Mhm.
I did that too. I dressed myself up real cute. Can't nobody tell me nothing. When I get myself, you know, dressed up and all of that, and I put on my wigs and or whatever I do to my hair, and I put on my makeup and my lashes, can't nobody tell me nothing. It's a done data. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have that mentality, and I love myself. It's just like as far as going and doing things for myself, like traveling and all of that. I've always been a person like I wanted somebody to do that with. I don't want to do
Mhm.
it by myself, but
Mhm.
I know that it's necessary.
So I got a question for you.
Yes.
I caught something else. I listen pretty well. I don't listen to everything, but I listen as good as I can.
Yes.
Um you say when you throw your wigs on, your lashes on, your makeup, nobody can't tell you nothing.
And you know what? And I seen your post today
Yeah,
about you know the makeup and all of that stuff. Now,
yeah.
so
So
I've had
my question is this. I just got a question.
okay.
You said when you got all that stuff on, I can't tell you nothing. So my question is, when you don't have all that stuff on, somebody can tell you
Right.
something about yourself.
Exactly.
I'm
Good
asking.
point,
I'm
Ray.
asking. I'm
Good
asking.
point.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I listen. It don't matter. I'm just saying. With me doing like I feel that came into part of doing things and loving myself. Like I feel like I want to look extra fine and glitz and glam, but yeah, like me now, there's no makeup, no nothing, I'm just glamorous. I love me like I am, and I still feel like can't nobody tell me nothing,
As you should.
Hold on.
You should always feel like that.
Well, definitely. They're
Yeah,
right, too.
and you are right. Like I shouldn't
Always.
feel. I shouldn't feel like I have to do all of that. Oh, y'all gonna make me take this wig off, but I ain't gonna do it because we on this show. You know what
I
I'm saying?
took my wig off. I took
I'm
my
just
wig
saying,
off.
well, fuck it. I'm taking
Hold
my
on. To the wig. So we have a question, Lashana.
You look
So when you're
good.
all dolled up, does your personality change?
Hey, look, you look good though, for real. Like,
yeah, you see it?
nah, you look good, bro. Like, I ain't even
Yes.
gonna hold you like that. In my opinion, I ain't nobody special in that, but like right now, no makeup, hair tied, and it's done to the root.
Mm-hmm.
With your earrings on, man, you beautiful, man.
Right.
And thank you for that. It's like, okay, I just be wanting. I think I be doing too much sometimes. Like, and then the other side of me, my alter ego, be like, no, you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be like, okay, you doing it, but you ain't doing enough. I don't know. I compete with myself sometimes, and that's why I say that when I think about, competition, like I'm like severely never in competition with nobody. Like, can't nobody tell me that I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? But that would have been 4 or 5 years ago. I felt really low about myself. I felt really sad. I felt really like I had to do all of these different things to make myself whole and complete.
Hey,
I just don't want to be. I want to be just who I am. When I do this here stuff, this just for, I'm presenting myself in this manner, I'm preparing myself for what God is going to do for me in the future, what God going to do for us in this whole platform is a ministry. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to present myself, but this is my everyday. You know what I'm saying? I do love me, and I don't have there's no shame in who I am or how I present myself. I love me. But I'm not going to say it was always like that. I say these last few years, I have grown to love me. So what do? Because I love me, I start taking care of my skin. I start making sure that I go to the doctor more often, making sure I don't have cancer, or, you know what I'm saying? Like I start doing these things for myself. Before, I didn't really have a lot of time because, again, I'm investing everything into everybody else. I'm making sure that everything is okay with me. Everything is tight with me. This is what I've been doing the last few years, just focusing on me and taking care of me. So it's like, okay, I'm good. Everything's straight. I'm taking care of myself,
Nah, that ain't how it work.
So how does it go?
As you know, we all in the work world. Things are always subject to change, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Things are always subject to change. I agree, right? Like it be on paperwork, things subject to change. If anything change, we'll bring up the further notes, right?
That's life in period.
Exactly. So if that's life, I'm talking about Mother Nature. I'm talking about the universe. I'm talking about birds and bees and different species. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with us.
Mm-hmm.
Things are always subject to change in us. You know what I'm saying? And that takes for us to be mindful of ourselves. Like you said, giving ourselves more attention. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what some just might not feel the same way it used to feel, or something we used to like to do. So when that happens, you get that alert through your senses of the ego. The ego is only the flesh. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is forever willing. That's why we always got to work on ourselves. You dig what I'm saying? Because the flesh can change. The flesh is changing, especially with society. It makes it change what we eat, it does all that. You dig what I'm saying? So more than anything, it's about the continual focus, not self-centeredness, not selfishness, but the focus of ourselves being an understanding of what the things we want, like a true lover or a true partner. It's about being the best we can be.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of those changes, and we're paying attention to it, even if we're not paying attention to the different reactions of the people, the different reactions of the actual world giving us that we have not felt before, that all comes literally from within. Like, and I can explain it scientifically how it can make sense. You feel me?
Right.
You feel me? Like, we go scientific. The four basic components that makes the universe is carbon, nitrogen, and two more. I can't remember. Those same, okay, that was universe. The earth, the same basic four compounds are those same basic four compounds in the universe. And
Right.
now to go to the human body, the same basic components from the universe and the world is the same thing that we're made up as well. So with that being said, if you go to chemistry or even maybe physics, all of that plays together. So if we've worked on the chemicals within us that we can by changing our reconditioning our mind. We was brought up, okay, you got to be a certain way, we got to be like this, and not to mention to go even deeper, we was already stripped of any knowledge or culture that we had as colored people, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother re-finding of ourselves alone and
Mhm.
breaking the society norm of telling us how we supposed to be. So understanding all of that, then coming and bringing back to us and what and who we want to be and how we would like to be and how we would like to enjoy things. All starts with self. That's my point in saying we working on ourselves on the inside. Everything outside starts to attract and change as well to our liking. I like it.
Mm.
You feel me?
What
I
I
got
had
actually
learned,
books about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be on
That's
this shit
deep.
for real. Yeah.
what I learned, being in relationship, I found that you should never lose yourself. You know, you should still be able to do all of those things that you how you felt like you got out and want to get dressed up and dolled up and makeup and stuff and feel some type of way. You should never lose that feeling just because you're in a relationship. Don't get too comfortable in a relationship to where you stop feeling like that.
Or you start caring about yourself, really, like you said.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't ever get too comfortable. Always make time for yourself. Always put a day or a week or whatever day, some day of the month to just take care of yourself. Spend time,
Right.
like just cater to yourself, spoil yourself, you know, because you don't want to just get consumed in a relationship and it's all just relationship. Even when I got with my husband, I had told him like, I still want you to have your life as well. Like I want to have my life. I still want you to have your life. I don't want you to just be like, oh, we together and it's just us. I want you to still be able to do the things that you like to do before we became one.
That's big. That's major. That's major.
Right.
Because when we think about it, what we was doing before we met that person, what is what attracted them to us.
Mm-hmm.
So why
Exactly.
would we change in the midst of getting okay? We adjust, we compromise, but in a
Mhm.
sense, we don't change who we are. Because then once we start to change, that attraction gonna change too. You feel
Yeah.
me? Cause it's like, well, this ain't the person I met. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's why it's always good when it comes to dating, just being who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
Being
why
who we are.
they say do what you did in the beginning, like how you were in the beginning.
Yeah.
See, I think I'll be switching up then.
You can't get too comfortable in a relationship and then
I
just be
think that
like,
that's what it
maybe I
is.
should start doing this. No, that's not what attracted them to you. Being you is what attracted them to you. That's why, you know how back in the day when you're trying to get to know somebody, you try to be someone that you're not. Just be yourself. Be yourself in the beginning so that way 6 months down the line, when you are yourself and you are being yourself, no one can be like, well, who is this? Like, you was somebody totally different. Just be yourself
Mm-hmm.
from the get go.
You know what they call that? Like you said, how we choose to try to fake to be something, and
Mm-hmm.
how a lot of us we do that in other realms of life too. They call that what's the word? Something syndrome. I just had on the tip of my tongue. Oh, something syndrome. Imposter syndrome. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
imposter syndrome. Basically, when we being a whole different person changing, being what we thought things supposed to be. And
Right.
all of us go through that, especially as colored people, more than we know it or not, because of the simple fact of majority of don't know where we really came from, but what is has been told. You know what I'm saying? Until we put forth that extra effort to do the research ourselves and to give us more. Like they say, you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's where a lot of that come from too. But we all, in a sense, especially in America, imposter syndrome, changing our natural norms and trying to be, you know what I'm saying, instead of being who we are and understanding what is looked upon as how others try to be. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a
Well,
deep motherfucker. I'm a deep motherfucker, man.
yeah, you get deep now. I ain't gonna lie. You get pretty deep. Like you
I'm a
got me
deep.
thinking about some things, but it's
I'm a
good.
deep.
It's good now.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want it to stop. And see
yeah.
whether listen to our audience out here that listen, it was when I first connected with Ray, I just knew that he would be my co-host because he had some great it was just it was a short period of time, but God had already connected, and I was like, you know what? He got some sense. You know what I'm saying?
I got so
But in
sick.
order for a person to actually be able to help guide you through some things, they had to go through some things. I'm telling you, you
Exactly.
had to have went through some things because I know that's how I'm able to sit up here and I like how I love doing what I'm doing because I have truly went through some things so I can talk about it. You know, most people, you know, they sit up here and they talk, but have you experienced that? Have you? And I knew from day one, I knew it. I say, yeah, that's gonna be. Let me tell y'all something, right? For y'all listening out here on this live, this is the very first episode of date night. We all need this includes love, how to date, when you're like right now. I don't think I'm ready.
That's some
You know
good
what I'm
points.
saying?
Yeah. And
How
don't
and
rush
when
it.
to date.
Don't
I
rush
ain't
How
it.
and
rushing,
when to
but I
date.
don't. I just really don't think I'm ready. You know, I'm sitting right here
Mm.
listening to Ray. You know what I'm saying, and he making some really valid points, and it made me go back and rethink about that thing. Like, yeah, you
I
right.
hit hard. I ain't gonna lie, I hit hard. And the thing is, I be trying to tell folks too, like, I don't let me recondition your mind, because I can turn a person's mind upside down. Because it's a lot of things that we just don't know. That's
Mhm.
really the plain simple fact of the matter, and we come from others who didn't know as much as we probably start to come into realization of because of changing of the times. You feel me? Like, where we come from is where we come from. You know what I'm saying? This color, I mean, we know Black history, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Everything been stripped from us. We were brought over here. Majority of us were brought over here and was retrained, retaught, stripped away from everything and anything that we knew as who we are. So from that point right there, it's a whole battle for a Black person, honestly. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? For all of us, regardless if we was raised in this type of household with the most or this type of household with the less. Still, we still trying to find and still got bits of this piece of the puzzles that we
Mhm.
trying to put together. You feel me? Like,
And I think
and I'm sorry,
go
you
ahead.
keep going. You
No,
going? My bad. My
no, go
bad.
ahead because you was about to. I was about to elaborate because I think that the way that I also seen how what my mom and my dad how they were, it's like almost I'm just believing like, okay, is that the way that I'm gonna end up in some type of way because of how they're now they had a great relationship. Don't get me wrong. It was just they were married in two different places. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, dang, I don't really want to be like that. But even though I mean I had a good life, my dad made it. We didn't want for anything, but it was just a different level. It was just not seeing or not having that. But I know like my daddy didn't tolerate a lot. He was a great man. It's just that my mama was the type. She was just real. Oh, it's gonna be my way, or and I don't want to have that same mentality. I want to be able to humble myself for whoever it is that I'm dating or whoever God has for me, you know. And I think just because of my ego, I think that that's something that I need to work on. That's why I say I might not be ready yet, because the first time somebody tell me something, I'm like, who you talking to? You know, and I don't want to be that way. I want to be able to humble myself and not be so, you know, more of the man, the masculinity. I want that to cease, you know. But that's something I've been praying about. Just like, God, just make me humble, make me submissive. You know, I want to be submissive. What do I need to do? Lead and guide me. You know, I think that that is one of my very weak areas as far as independence, I guess you could say, and having a man or allowing a man to tell me what to do, because it's not all bad. A lot of times a man look at things in a different perspective. I don't see it like that because I'm not used to having somebody tell me, you know, what to do. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. I
For the
definitely
right
agree with what Michael.
person,
Michael
for
said.
the
That's
right
name.
person, you
Yeah.
will. You will, for the right person. For the person.
For the
But
right person, you will easily humble yourself, because submissive and play your true role, as they say, enjoy your soft woman era.
I
Yeah,
know that's right, Miss
but
Lewis.
I believe.
also but also I agree with him 1,000%. But also it's about, like I said, the continual learning of ourselves and working on ourselves at the same time. It's a
Mhm.
balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, a man might come in the picture, but if we haven't been working on ourselves, a man or woman, since I'm speaking for all of us, if we haven't been working on ourselves, we can't even fully accept this person for who they really are from our perception of what we see, because what we still got to work on for ourselves. Feel me?
Yeah.
Society don't make you no better. You know, everything microwave, thinking this many you engaged, this many you married. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't really work like that. Everything appreciated takes time. That's why it's appreciated, because it takes time. You gotta earn it. You gotta work for it. And
Mhm.
this world, it make it seem like everything come like this, but it ain't. Anything that come like this gonna go just like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Most of the time. You feel what I'm saying? Most of the time.
And you're right. And I always looked at myself like, okay, I don't go out. I don't party. I don't be on every scene. I don't be out here with lingerie on thinking it's an outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't be out here doing none of that. I go to work. I go get my kids. I come back home. I do my grocery shopping every other week. You know what I'm saying? And I do
Yeah.
it before I get home. You know, like, I don't. So that part, I feel like I come home, I cook, I make sure my laundry, my kids are good for the week, you know, make sure their beds are made. Shit, you know, I do all of that. It's just, I guess I don't know. I just got to continue to work on just me, I guess. I don't know.
We
Don't
have a
guess.
comment.
Don't guess. You
You,
gotta know it.
Jill Scott
Somebody
said
else
it.
will tell you.
Yeah. What she said, Jill
If a
Scott said,
man can't tell me what to do, he can't tell me what to do. So basically, if a man cannot direct a woman in the right direction, a real woman will always find herself in the dominant role.
and see, yeah, that's what I'm saying, because that's, see, you know, that's exactly what I'm talking about, because maybe it's just that I ain't had no real man.
Michael Lewis, can you come on?
Yes, let's add Michael Lewis on.
Add Michael Lewis.
Let me go
Man, you
ahead
making
and
some
send.
good questions. You said some good questions and make
That's
some good
actually
points.
Mrs. Lewis.
Oh, Missy Lou.
Yes. We're gonna send you a link to add you on, Mrs. Lewis.
So is it Michelle Lewis?
No, she's on her husband's page.
Oh, okay. I'm confused. Is we doing I mean, I ain't got no problem with no race, color, creed, gender, transgender. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? I thought it was Michael. Michelle. Like, but man, like for me, I mean, when it comes to dating, man,
Right.
Like Tequila said, it all started with dating myself. Like before I had anybody, only person I had was myself. I was the only child. You feel me? So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I know what it feels like to just be alone, not lonely, but alone, and I know what to do with my time. You feel me? Like
Right.
with that time, I just learned myself and always continually since day one doing that, and to the point now, in the 30s, everything started to hit a little different,
Lashana, what you doing?
and then from there, just attract, enjoy the moments. You feel me? Just
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do. Enjoy the moments. Just because
mindfulness. You
you
feel
get in a
me?
relationship with somebody, it's not like, oh, I can't do this no more. I can't do that. I can't go to here. Go together. Y'all need to enjoy all of those moments. Cherish those moments. Make memories.
Mhm.
Right,
Don't stop doing the things that you used to do before you got in a relationship. But
right.
don't be,
Right.
don't, I don't know, disrespectful type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, 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 indeed.
Okay. So I'm gonna add her to the stage.
I think.
Here we
Mhm.
go.
Hi,
Oh, look
Miss
at
Lewis.
Are we in the studio? It's actually Miss
Yes, you are in
Yes,
the studio,
Miss
honey. Welcome
Lewis
to the
is.
Brown Enterprise. Welcome to Brown Enterprises Talks with the Lady. What is your input? Oh, welcome the Lewises.
thank you all for having
What's
us.
up?
The hub and I actually have been on here together. I just been the one doing all the commenting. Um, and it's
What's up?
I love this. I'm actually loving date night.
Yes.
My,
Yes.
I actually dated
Baby, you don't
very
want to come on here with me?
short.
It's date
Yeah,
night.
tell
It's
cousin.
date night. Look. Come- He's still in his work clothes.
So my husband and I dated a little under a month before we were married. Um,
Wow.
yeah, like
That's
and
fine.
was it 2 weeks? He asked me for 2 weeks, and then we 2 weeks later we got married. Yeah. So I have
Wow.
been married before, and I was in roles where I was dominant because I didn't have a spouse that could actually lead me or lead the family or had a desire to do so.
Mhm.
I wasn't dating when I met my husband. I was actually just out there on a work assignment, and it just happened to be my season to find my partner. And that's how we ended up being married very shortly. This month, we would have been together 8 months, married 7 months. And this
Okay.
have been the most progressive relationship marriage I've ever encountered. And I didn't really even know him when I married him.
Mm.
That's amazing.
Yes.
It's
But
not about how long you know
it's that's
someone.
what I was about to say. I
It
don't
is
think
not.
time don't play a role. That has nothing to do with it. But it to me, it's like once you feel in your heart and you get that connection, like you just know that this is the one. And that's what I'm saying. I just think with me, I just don't think I just had grown men. Maybe it's just something I'm attracted. It just attracts me. I've been asking the Lord about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I attracted to, the unstable or what, so on and so forth or whatever. I'm having
That's
to work
crazy.
on myself, but God
That's
is
real.
really going to have to like really mold and turn and twist and jump over and flip and all of that in order for me. And the thing is, I'm really not that hard to please. Like I just think that a man's supposed to be the head. The man has to be the head, and I've always found myself in that position where I've had to pay the bills. Okay, I got to go do this. I got to check up on that. I got to make sure. Oh, follow up on that. Like I've always had to do that.
You wasn't with anyone that was on your level.
Yep. Correct. And I also like my past two marriages. This is my third marriage. You know, a lot of people probably like, oh, what's wrong with her? And I was at the point where I used to think it was me as well. But I've always honored marriage. I am a fan of love, and I always wanted to be married because marriage is honorable in the sight of God, and it's a good thing with the right person.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I always dated with a person. If dated with a purpose, if you weren't willing to be married and to grow with me, I wouldn't even entertain you. Um,
Right.
but like she said, Shauna, I think you and I both were the same where we will attract people that were in needy situations, needy
Mm-hmm.
financially, needily spiritually, needily education, need everything, because we're big givers. And when you're givers and you want to see everyone win, you overlook a lot of the red flags and things that tell you that
Yeah.
this is not your person. But you, I know for me personally, I always thought that people will change, and you can, your
Mm-hmm.
seeing them, you can encourage, motivate them enough to reach their
Mm-hmm.
potential. That's just not true. If it's
It
not
don't
within them,
matter.
it happens. So
It don't matter. It
that's
don't
what happened.
matter how much you can, and I've been that way too now, Ray. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, maybe, okay, let me just try to push and motivate here. Oh, well, let me, and I found myself drained. I
Mm-hmm.
found it like, okay, I have no more energy left. I can't do it no more, and then it's just, it's like, dang, I'm giving everything away, but I don't have enough to love myself back. I don't have enough to actually grasp a hold of myself and embrace myself, because I'm so busy giving out, putting energy here, making sure this done, making sure this here, making sure that, but what about me? That's the end of the day. Is just one of those questions that I always ask. And I still sit back today and wonder, like, dang, it's me. I got 7 kids, even though half of them grown, you know what I'm saying? I got my little small ones here, but it's just like, dang, after all this time, and I still question, is it me? No, I go to thinking, like, okay, what have I asked for? Because I've never been the type of woman that is like, oh, I need you to do this for me. Oh, I need my nails done, I need my hair done, and I need some money. No, that has
Yeah.
never been me. I've always
Mhm.
been so independent. And I think that a lot of men prey off of that. I'm just generally speaking, and I think that they know the heart. Like, who you're dealing with. You know what type of heart that they have.
Mhm.
And I think that that's been my problem, is that I've been like very generous, and I've been so open even from up front, and then they use that against you later on, especially when they don't get what they want.
Yeah. It's one thing to be vulnerable. It's one thing to have the power of vulnerability, but it's another
Mhm.
thing to be vulnerable without being aware. You feel what I'm saying? Because the power of vulnerability is with the discernment and mindfulness of the situation we put ourselves in. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then when it comes to just sometimes as men, we're natural predators in a sense. You know what I'm saying? We in a sense we chase our woman, supposedly, or we go for them. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
with that, and nowadays the way things are, and everybody wants something easy or feel like they do the right thing, say the right thing, and get some and get some from somebody who giving. That be that. That's
Right.
it. Really, just the big ordeal about good versus evil for real on the whole nother deeper sense of it all. You know what I mean? Like you said, you from my understanding, you got a deep understanding and belief in God. God gonna lead the way, but at the same time, He already got all the resources here for us. It's about us putting forth that effort at the same time too, instilling and learning and trying new things. You feel me?
Right.
To bring the new
And
things
Shauna,
that we
everything
actually
that
want.
I'm sorry.
No, you got it.
I was just listening to you, Shauna, and you was just saying that you was just doing. You sound like you was single, like you were by yourself, just
Mhm.
with a
Pretty
title.
much. Pretty much. And I don't know if
Everything that you said, like you should be able to get your hair done, do everything that you, I guess, supposed to be able to get while you're in a relationship. You should be able to do that on your own. And even when you
Mhm.
come into a relationship, you still should be able to do that for yourself. For
Right.
your spouse to do that for you, that's a plus.
Mhm.
You know, that's just
Right.
a
Right.
plus. You should still be able to get your hair done, get your nails done on your own, even when you're in a relationship. If your
Yeah.
spouse does do that, that's a plus.
But what I was like entailing was, I've never been the female that just had my hands out. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I need a man for this, or I need a man, like,
Right.
because I could do that by myself. You know what I'm saying? I get mine done. I can get my little girls on done. You know what I'm saying? Even if I ain't got but $150 in my account, I'm finna go do this for my little girls because we gonna make it look good. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is I'm not that type to be, this man done worked all week long or all last 2 weeks, and then I'm out. Where my money? Well, I just ain't never been. I don't see how females do that. Like, you sit around and you wait. Like, where's your hustle? You know, what are you out here doing? And what can you bring? Like me, I feel like I can bring substance to a man. I'm just saying. And when I say substance, I ain't talking about just no money. I'm talking about love, companionship, understanding. I'm a great investigator. You know what I'm saying? So I can do all of that great stuff. You know, I got a lot I can do. I got a lot of talents. So, you know, I can bring some things to the table. I can bring a lot. I can probably bring 75% of whatever, you know, but I don't want to be the takeover spirit. I want to be the humble submissive. I want to be half, and I want it to be 50-50 or 100-100. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be that way. And it's just, I don't know what it is. I think my man in a wheelchair somewhere, child.
No.
He rolling.
Because he the only one gonna sit down and listen. He the only one gonna sit down and listen.
You just stand walk.
A very good point when he mentioned.
Like, God damn it, slow down. I'm trying to be your love.
I can't with you, Shauna.
No, you the only one gonna sit down and listen.
No, the gentleman. Good point.
Like,
though.
Sit down, listen to me.
When he said, he mentioned divine, and I definitely think with my husband and I's love story, it was definitely divine. I was just out there on a work contract. He was a hustler. He was busy working. We just happened to be at the same place at the same time.
Right.
And this was a contract that I really wouldn't have taken. It wasn't really financially favorable to me. My best friend was like, no, just go get away for a little bit, make you some coins and just come back. So that's really what it was. But God literally placed us in the same place at the same time. And it was God, how it all fell in place, how we came across each other. I had knew one individual that he knew for years, but I had never seen him, never crossed paths with him or anything. It was just divine. So, yep, that's just what it was.
That is beautiful.
Intervention. See, that's what I'm saying.
I really love that.
That's all I've been asking. That's all I want. I just wanted I want to go in Publix one day. You know what I'm saying?
No, your person probably in Aldi though. If you don't normally go in Aldi, like I realized that my norm, taking that contract and everything was outside of my norm. It was outside of what I normally would do, what I calculate. When I found myself really following God and doing, even though it made no sense to me, God really pushed me to take that contract, and I made more than the bag. I came out with a husband, a real man, someone who can direct me, someone who's willing to match my hustle, a true partner. So I think once you're outside of your comfort zone, once you take LaShauna out of the equation, it will all fall in place.
Yeah,
I
think so. Now let me ask y'all this: what if you got somebody that's doing all kinds of little things for you? You know they want something in return, right?
Well, everything in some type of way is transactional, but what specifically transactions are you meaning?
Yeah. Ooh, child, just showing love, just being supportive.
Okay, so is this a companionship type thing?
Child.
Right.
Who my favorite?
So I think,
are they doing it to be nice? Or are they doing it to expect something in return?
I think initially they was doing it to be nice, but because they was being so nice,
they got to return.
It kind of touched me in a way, and it take a lot to touch me. You have my phone, right? I think it's in the bedroom. It just remind me of what a man, you shouldn't have to, I don't have to ask for it. Like, you just do it. And I was like, okay, bitch. Oh, you know. But I ain't never, it's very hard for that. Like, a woman should not have to ask a man to do something that a man already knows that he should be doing.
But who's to say? Who's to say that man knows what he should be doing?
Listen, I taught kindergarten for 3 years, and them children, I said what I said one time. I set my expectations, and I said what I said, and I ain't have to remind them nothing for the rest of the school year.
It's funny you say that. It's really actually easier to teach the adolescent than it is to teach a grown man, because the adolescent don't have any learned experience. So what you tell them is what they take it for. A grown person, they already done did a million trillion different things and seen things, so it take a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's the difference between a man and a boy.
But you said something good. You said something about that. You set expectations. So with this companionship type friendship, I'm not really sure what this is we're talking about, ma'am.
It ain't nothing.
What type of expectations were set?
Child, let me tell you.
I think they know that.
I think he was just doing something because he wanted something in return. But I don't know. He's a very, very sweet young man, and I really do like him.
Oh, you like young men? You say young man? You like young men? How young you talking now? I ain't saying you old.
I wouldn't go no younger than like 35.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they got to be black. They got to be 1 minute from midnight. They got to be real black.
Yeah.
No, Lashana. Okay.
I might take 10 minutes from midnight.
I might take 10 minutes. Yeah,
listen, but what if God got you a mellow yellow?
Right.
See, let me tell you something now. God knows the heart of man. I don't know. Maybe you know what? I take that back. You're right, Carisha, because what I've been doing ain't been working. So maybe I might have to have a mellow yellow. I don't know.
So you said something big. What you've been doing haven't been working.
I might have.
You gotta try something different, like not just the look wise, but like your routines. Like she said, she did something completely out of her normal. Yeah, and it was uncomfortable. All our out of the norms are uncomfortable. So it's a restraining away from feeling. You feel what I'm saying? But something about that, we gotta break that barrier. And I ain't just speaking. I see y'all married. I ain't married. I'm from Atlanta. I'm Big P. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, as I'm getting more mature and understanding how life goes, and understanding like a lot of these folks be out here just playing. I understand how important a true significant other is. You dig what I'm saying? Like everything I done learned with dealing with women, it was great for my experience to be able to treat the woman of the one I see as that one. You know what I'm saying? So like,
well, they gonna have to. Yeah, I think I just need to just kind of really focus on what I've been doing that though for the last few years. Like how much longer I gotta wait? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking.
But don't look at it as waiting. Change the mindset of it, because waiting usually has a negative connotation. Say preparing.
Well, I'm preparing, baby. I'm transitioning. That's Risha word right there. I'm transitioning. I say, Lord, I ain't even talk to Risha. I already know what she gonna say. I'm transitioning.
No, seriously though, I've learned though, like in life, there's so many seasons, so many transitions, and like you said, it's so unpredictable. Life is so unpredictable. No matter how you prepare, what it is, what your hand that God has for you, you never know when it's gonna be dealt, when it's not in your favor, and you just have to have the mindset to be able to go through the transition. So once you get to that final destination, whatever it is, with the marriage, the job, the kids, the whatever it is, you're prepared because you knew the transition would come some point. So while you're in your waiting or transitioning period, you're preparing yourself.
And then the fact about from my understanding, we said the Most High a lot of times. We said the Most High a lot of times, so you got a strong belief. So with that strong belief you have for that higher power, even the norm shouldn't even be nothing. You feel me? Like whatever you go through, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death of now. I ain't say the valley of the shadow of death or whatever they say but the valley of the shadow of death for now. You feel me? Because you don't know. So, but like with that belief, it don't even matter. It doesn't matter. You're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then even more so, it don't matter. And then on the brighter side of the mindset of the conditioning, like what if I turn this corner and something that's added to me to be that better person I could be for my significant other, if that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? What if that right around this corner? You feel me? Like of the unusuals. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's gonna come. Timing is everything. It's gonna come when you least suspect it. Because I was like, I ain't got time for no relationships. My daughter grown. I'm finna go travel the world and live like a rich white woman. And that was my plan.
Why she gotta be white? Why she gotta be white?
Because most women
are
all white women and they wealthy.
What about start talking like Umar and them motherfuckers?
I ain't say I want to look like them or act like them, but that's how I was gonna go and live my life. And I was just, I wasn't focused on a relationship or anything. But it was the times when I was like, oh, this person, they can't have no kids. They have to be this, they have to be that. And then the person that I end up marrying is the total opposite. Everything that I was looking for, or say what my man has to have or can't have. And it's the total opposite.
Well, for me, when it comes to women, I'm single too, kind of. I got a special lady in mind. Very special. She's super special. But for me, it came to a point for me, it was like, man, what's meant for me. And if I like a woman, I like her. We gonna roll with that. You feel me?
Right.
I ain't putting no expectations. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got certain standards. We all should have standards. But like, for me, it's like, if I feel it with that divine essence, that divine spirit, you know what I'm saying? Just to give that opportunity, the power of vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Being mindful of the discernment of who I'm dealing with. I mean, I let that be for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because we sometimes block our own blessings when we be like, oh, they can't do this, they can't have this, they can't do this. Okay, well, you skipping over the husband or the man of your dreams because they have everything that you say the man can't have.
Right. Okay, now that y'all said that, this guy liked me, right? Okay, he was very, very different. He's very, he was skinny, bright skin, but I just felt like he used money as a tool to try to control. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, I felt like because once he wasn't getting the attention or whatever, he said, well, I'm doing all this for you but you're not doing anything for me. You're not giving me nothing. I'm like, well, what the fuck do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna just be, so
I feel like that insecurity for real.
That's insecure, right?
So was he doing all of that looking for something in return?
He did. Then after I told him, I said, you know what, I'm finna get to block you. Like right there. That's just gonna be it. Oh, after everything I did for you, I spent $575. I said, what the fuck is $575?
Well, he kept a tally.
He kept a tally. It wasn't even about the money. It was that you are keeping a pencil and paper and you're writing down the things that you do for me.
Oh, he play with that money for real. It's a lot of folks who be like that nowadays. They play. They jot down everything, especially when they date. From what
don't do nothing for me and then try to throw it back up in my face.
Right, exactly. That's why he on the block list. That's why he on the block list.
And that goes for anybody, not just a relationship. Friendship, situationship, familyship, anything.
Business,
anything.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Baby.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, listen, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what it don't get. He was an okay guy, but then that other side started coming out like, oh, I did this right here. Oh, well, I'm gonna get me an apartment. I'm just letting you know, get me an apartment. Yeah, so you're gonna be coming over a few times. I said, I'm not gonna leave my damn church. What the hell you mean? Like, and no, you're not coming to my house. You know, you're not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. And he would have been. He would. I felt like besides that, he probably would have made somebody a great husband. But when you sit right there and you tally up what you did for me, and my thing is, bruh, $575, is that it? Yeah, I don't normally do that for nobody. I did that over 3 weeks. I'm like,
I'm surprised he had a 6 on that motherfucker too, boy. Like
Exactly.
5.53 cents.
I'm surprised he probably
I need my 53 cents.
I bet you he rounded up to the next dollar.
He probably did. He probably did.
No, I couldn't believe that. And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, okay, God, I can't
put taxes on this motherfucker.
Yeah. So he did that. Then he come by my job, come stalking me at the job. I just want to talk. That's all I want to do. I just want to talk. Get out of here.
Bless your heart.
Like, it's just like, come on now. Like, is it even that serious, honey? I could just imagine.
Goodness gracious. It's ridiculous out here, though. Are you in Atlanta? You in Atlanta?
No, Florida.
I'm in Cali.
Florida. I know in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I don't mind telling where I'm at. I'm in Atlanta. It's very ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. It's very. I take that back. It's very entertaining and amazing to see the things that go on in this dating world, man. It's just amazing.
I'm telling you like this right here. He better come on. If he gonna run up on something, all right.
He gonna be in that wheelchair.
He gonna be the perfect goddamn man for me. Right there in that goddamn wheelchair.
I'm still trying. I want to talk.
I ain't playing. And then he gonna have audacity talking about, oh, my sister told me I should probably trust you.
What?
You and your sister. I don't even know who your sister is. Why are y'all watching me like this? Like,
you just thought the married finger. You was gonna marry?
No, that was a bird finger.
Oh, my bad.
I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. So, but my thing is just like, okay, it started off cool. Yes, I'm at a place where it's just like, okay, I'm not worried about what you can do for me, but you tried to control me with money. I didn't ask you for nothing. You the one come bringing this and doing that, and I go check your cat. Like, he'll send a cash out, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at the thing and say ding, and then I'm like, what? And then he'll call me. If I don't answer, he'll call me again. Answer your phone. And I finally answer, did you get that cash out? I'm like, first of all, I didn't never say you to send no damn cash out.
Hey, that's pretty scary.
Second of all, why is you keep blowing up my phone?
That's scary. That's another thing. I feel for y'all women. I feel for single women for real. But it's scary. I got
something for his ass right here.
It's scary for women, man. It's scary for
right now. He come stepping wrong. His ass is grass.
What'd you say, Carisha?
I said that says a lot about the women that he's probably dealt with in the past, that they were moved by money. But when you come across a woman that has her own money, that's not impressive. And a lot of men that because they don't come across a lot of women that get their own bag that probably can match what they have or have more. So they try to flash money, flash gifts, and then they be confused when it's not impressive. Like my brothers have always spoiled me. They always did for me. So it was always the little things that will catch my eye about men. You can buy me that never moved me, that never impressed me, because my brothers did that for me when I was young. So I knew what to expect. So that type of love I already had. But women that are shallow, that don't get their own money, or they were not loved properly, they're easily influenced by that.
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that going on right now. It's sad too. That's sad. And then it's being more glamorized to the ones who don't know. So like they think that's the way to go. That's sad. Right. It's sad. It's sad. It's real sad.
I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't.
And Carisha, I can relate. Yeah, I can relate with that, because it's like, well, like my parents already did that, so like you doing it, it really doesn't excite me. It doesn't do anything. Or I'm gonna get it on my own anyway. So what do you have? What can you bring to the table?
Then for the men, what I've been saying, a lot of men really don't know what to go for in a woman. They just going for, of course, we're going for the beauty, but then like all they want is sex for real, and don't even know how to go upon things after the sex. Like You can't have no conversation, dog. Like you can't even
Okay.
talk to her, dog. Like you don't even know what she trying to explain to you about what she don't like, cause you just trying to have sex. You feel me?
But let me ask you this. Now, Ray, what do you look for? I know you said, oh, the number one thing you say first thing you wanted beauty, right? What is beauty to you?
I wouldn't say that's the first thing, but I said I was speaking more so for the whole as men. Like all men, we basically go off looks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, at the same time, they get my attention. That don't mean I go for them just because they get my visual attention. Like you see millions and billions and trillions of beautiful women, but that ain't nothing. You feel me? Like for me, what was the question before I get deep again?
I say you said that you go off of, you were saying they gotta look good or beauty, but what does beauty mean to you?
Okay, so what beauty mean to me, honestly, substance, essence, something beyond the eye. So I'm talking like the energy when you get close to them, or when you're looking at them, or just around that aura, that energy, it feels different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And also a woman that know how to a beauty for me is a woman with a mind that know how to think for herself, know how is intellectual, is understanding of the world's situations, understanding of history, understanding of self, personal development. That's beauty for me, just to say the least. You know what I'm saying? That's what beauty is for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not as soon as we start talking, what car you drive or what you do for a living. Oh, nah. For me, a woman of beauty is just like, I like how you think. I love the way you think. Didn't even worry about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and that. We're going to get to that, but the grasping of the mind, if a woman appreciates my mind, that stands out to me more than anything. Because that means she got a mind of her own. Because that's the only way to pay attention to somebody with a mind. They got to have a mind.
Right.
You feel me? So that's beauty to me. That's beautiful to me. The mind. And being willing to be herself. You feel me? And working on herself and being willing to always work on herself. That's what beauty is to me.
Okay, well, check this out, honey. I love it all and all of that and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know, say less and less was said and all of that.
It's hard for
We
me to
are
say
going
less.
to have, we're going to have episode number 2. Listen now. Episode number 2, we are coming back. You know, this is a every week thing. Next Friday, I think we already have a podcast, but normally that would be our podcast night. Do you want to stream this part 2 next Saturday?
Who you ask?
You.
My co-host.
Oh shit, that's me, guys. Oh, that's me,
It's on that
God damn, I gotta get on one time. Oh, I'm honored. I must say, I'm honored first and foremost, and it's a pleasure to be on this first show and this first, connection. I'm digging it. And you said Saturday?
It could be, we can talk about it. I will have my executive assistant contact you and we will go from there. But I really did like this. It's time for, it's time for a part 2.
I do like the fact, what I have noticed, like people, like you said, we like the norm. So like, let's stick to what we got going. Let's stick what we got sticking. You feel me? So people know what's going on, when it's going on, without having to keep up with what's going on. You feel me?
Right. Part 2 next week.
Okay.
So I will have my executive assistant reach out to you in regards to the schedule. It is a very, very busy week next week. So we are going to continue this part 2 next week. I want to thank each and every last one of you for coming on and joining Talks with the Lady again. I cannot be replicated. I cannot be duplicated. I am the one and the only Lady. And until next time, I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And y'all have a blessed
night.
Have a good night.
Bless.
Good night.
I turn